The past few days haven't been good for me. No. When I say the past few days, I mean about like 5 days now. I'm here to shed some light. I'm here to talk about my experiences. I'm here to talk about the situation that I'm in now. I have to put up a disclaimer. I am not here to inform you of things that you should do to yourself or of ways that you should treat yourself. I am not a medical doctor. I don't have a license in any medical field whatsoever. I am a patient. I'm a sick person. I take certain medications. I have to know how to eat, try to stick to a specific diet, and so I am just here to talk about the things that I'm going through and to share with my subscribers and my YouTube family. Maybe when I talk, it will be informative to some. Some people will appreciate it and some won't. I don't mind constructive criticisms. So when you see this video, please don't be afraid to leave a comment, and most importantly, give the video a thumbs up and share so that others may see. And if people is having my symptoms, and if they're not going to the doctor to seek advice or to get diagnosed, please, when you're feeling sick, when you're feeling pain, don't stay at home. Don't diagnose yourself. Go and get medical advice, because you don't want to stay home and then too late shall be your cry. No, I can't stop using this word, and the word is diabetes. It passed on in my genes from my mom. It took her. Diabetes took my mom because she was suffering with it for years, and she wasn't treating herself right. Even though she was diagnosed, she was stubborn and she wasn't doing the right things. I wasn't the person who could control her. She wouldn't listen to anyone. She does her own things. And so, even if I could say, Mama, don't eat this, and I tried many times, please don't eat that, or you're eating too much of that. You know what she would say? I live my life already. Whatever to happen, let it happen. Yes, that's what she would say. And she wasn't 9. My mother lived a good life. She got to do the things that made her happy, so we couldn't control her. Now, the problem that I'm having now is diabetes related. It's not the diabetes itself that I'm here to talk about today, but I'm here to talk about things that can happen after having diabetes. How it can affect your organs. And the problem that I am having now, I don't know if you've ever heard these acronyms. NAFLD. NAFLD are acronyms for the condition that I have, and it is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Now, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is caused not drinking alcohol, of course. It affects people who drinks little or no alcohol whatsoever, because remember that some liver conditions can be caused from abusing alcohol. Mine is the total opposite, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Now, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. My non-alcoholic fatty liver disease came about a little over 2 years ago. My right hand, I noticed that it had like a fat pocket. And I went to the doctor and I pointed it out to her. And she examined it and says, yes, it's nothing to worry about. It's just a fat pocket because you're gaining weight. But don't worry about it. I said, I'm not comfortable with it because when I'm putting on my clothes, I notice that the sleeve is much tighter on that hand comparing to the other hand. And I got somebody to measure it with a tape measure for me. And it was, at that time, it was 3 inches bigger than my other hand. Now, it's around 6 inches bigger. My right hand is around 6 inches bigger than my left hand. So that was the first sign of fatty liver that I did not know about. The next thing I noticed was my tummy under my breast area, especially the right side. It looked higher than the other side, or it was looking abnormally high, and I was feeling like bloated. And I said, I know I'm gaining weight, but why is my tummy so high? And I said, I'm gonna mention that to the doctor as well. But before I got to go to the doctor to, let him give me an idea of, or her give me an idea of why my tummy would be so high, I started feeling some pain. And the pain was under my right rib cage to the side and also in the back. Now, if you know Jamaicans, they like to talk about gas. Whenever you're feeling a pain anywhere in your body, they like to say, you have gas, you're not drinking tea, you need to drink something warm, you're not eating on time, and all those things. And I never totally agreed with them because growing up, I never liked hot beverage. So I don't see why all of a sudden I would be having gas problem. And yes, I really don't eat on time sometimes, but I'm like, gas can only be in your stomach. And it's not my stomach that's hurting me. It's under my right rib cage and in my back. And so I knew that it wasn't gas. You can't tell some people that you cannot feel gas pain in your body. They're gonna say, yes, gas can make you feel pain, even in your head, in your hand, in your foot. And I'm like, I did a research on it one time. I have to smile, even though I'm in pain. I did a research on gas one time, and it said that, yes, if you have gas in your stomach and you're feeling any kind of discomfort, or if you get too hungry, it can send a message to your brain and your head can start hurting you and all those things. But some people, especially older Jamaican folks, they believe in gas. So I ruled out gas. I knew I wasn't having gas pain. But because I was working, I cook for a living. I have my business place. And, I work a lot. I was saying that maybe I got a strain because I'm lifting heavy pots and stuff like that. Yes, at the time, I was trying to diagnose myself, and that was totally wrong. Because I was busy every day. When I'm not cooking, I'm preparing, I'm prepping. When I'm not prepping, I'm out shopping to ensure that I have my goods, they're not running low and stuff like that. So, it's like I couldn't find the time to go to the doctor. One Saturday afternoon, I was at my business place, of course. I cooked, food was serving. I have help, I'm not superwoman. Don't feel like I didn't have help. But the help was like Still not enough. I had to be there. And I said, no, this pain seemed to be getting worse. So I came home, I was feeling hot, and I said, I'm going to cool down a little and I'm going to shower, and then I'm going to go back to the shop. When I came, I was feeling the pain so bad, I could barely bathe myself, and I did, and I came and I laid down. But I noticed that no matter what position I was in, it's like the pain was unbearable. So I called my daughter, my eldest daughter, and told her of the pain that I was feeling. And I said, please come and help me get up. I need to put on some clothes. Even that time, I still was saying I'm going to put on my clothes and go back to the shop. And I said, I cannot move though. I can't take up myself. And she said, I asked her how to assist me. And she stood in front of me on the bed, and she put her two arms around my waist area, close up to my arm, I should say, and she lifted me up off the bed, and that's how I was able to get up. And when she heard me crying now, she saw tears rolling down my cheeks. She said, but you have to go to the doctor. No, you can't go back to the shop. I said, yes, I'm ready to go to the doctor. And they took me to the doctor. When I went there, it was like night was falling, so my regular doctor wasn't there. But a doctor was there that would work in the night. And I could barely understand him, because he was like a Chinese doctor. And he spoke very softly. Nice personality. And I told him of what I was feeling. And he kind of feel out my back and say, where exactly are you having the pain? And I told him whenever he touched the area, it was so painful. So he advised me that it could be three things. It could be one of these three organs. It could either be your kidney, your lungs, or your liver, based on the area that I was having the pain. And I said, okay, this not sounding too good at all. I know that I've had diabetes for so long, and I was starting to wonder if my kidneys got bad, from taking any of the medications or so. But then everything just start, running in my brain, and I said, no, but it was just a few months ago that I did the test to check on my kidneys, and they were fine. So I ruled out my kidneys right away, and I said, I have asthma, and sometimes my lungs is weak, but I never feel pain. I'm wondering if it's my liver. And so said, so done. He gave me an injection for the pain, and he wrote up the piece of, the referral and say, okay, you need to go do an ultrasound and bring back the result. The following day, he gave me the injection for the pain. It calmed down the pain a little. I could help myself to get up off the bed, and he gave me a prescription with some antibiotics and some strong pain pills, and they helped me a little. I went and I did the ultrasound and brought back the results, and yes, it showed that my liver had a lot of fat. Lots and lots of fat in my liver. And they started to tell me the dangers of having all that fat in my liver. Now, I had to go and do some blood tests as well for them to rule out certain things. I don't want to get too in-depth and call in too much medical words or using too much medical terms, because I don't want YouTube coming for me. So I'm gonna be basic. They said they wanted me to do the blood test so that they can rule out certain conditions of the liver, because they already see that it had a lot of fat, and they already knew that I had diabetes. And so I paid a lot of money, of course, to do the blood test. And when they got it, they said, okay, thank God they were able to rule out those conditions that they didn't want me to have. So it was just left to the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That was what I was diagnosed with. So they said to me that there is no pills that can cure that condition. You have to change your diet and you have to exercise. And there is this drug. They only told me about one drug. They said there is this drug that is known to help repair the liver, and it is called milk thistle. I went to the pharmacy, I bought a jar. I have good friends living abroad. My friend, she bought quite a good amount and shipped it to me. So I wasn't out of milk thistle up until today. I still have a jar that I'm taking from, and I still have a newborn jar put away. So when that one finishes, I could start that one. Well, when they told me that I should change my diet and take the milk thistle, I don't think they didn't explain to me thoroughly why you really need to avoid certain foods or why it's important for you to eat this or not to eat that. Because it's not just to lose weight, but certain foods, and you have to do your research, as I say. I'm not going to be too in depth. Certain foods, I can say GMO is not good for us. And, like the sweet corns and so, I had to stop eating that. But there are many more things that I really should have avoided. And maybe if I avoided those things, I would be better today. I had, maybe I should have done more research at the time, but I didn't do the research either because I was just listening to what the doctor told me. Okay. I'm not able to do a lot of exercise because I also have problem with my feet. I'm going to have to come back with another video and talk about the issues that I have with my feet, why I cannot do a lot of walking or running or stuff like that. That's for another video. And so I didn't change my diet. I didn't make a drastic change with my diet. I just tried to avoid carbs as much as I could because, carbs will break down into sugars and sugars break down into fat. So I try to avoid carbs as much as I possibly can. And I try to avoid sugar, such as sugary drinks and stuff like that. That was in the past when I was just diagnosed. So fast forwarding back to now, I had to go back to the doctor yesterday. Yes, yesterday I could no longer bear this pain that I was feeling. It brought me back to the first time when I had to get help to get up off the bed. One of my daughter, again this time, it's my last daughter, who had to help me, assist me in getting ready, and followed me to the doctor. When I went, of course, and the doctor examined me, it was the same area where I was feeling the pain, and they have my record, so they know my condition. And again, they had to give me a pain injection to calm down the pain quickly because at that point I was shaking. I was nervous because I could barely move. I could barely move. And so I got the injection and then, of course, some strong pain pills. Before I went to the doctor, I did some more research and I told myself that this time my diet is gonna be totally, totally different from the first diet that I chose. I did my research and I came across this diet called the Mediterranean diet. I read about 5 superfoods that can help to detox the liver and help to repair it. And those 5 superfoods, I'm gonna tell you, is something that you can go to the market or the supermarket at any time and source, and the prices is affordable. It might not be cheap, but it's affordable. Those 5 superfoods: number 1, cabbage. A lot of people like cabbage. I love cabbage. Broccoli. Broccoli is my favorite. Cauliflower. I don't enjoy that too much, but I will eat it. So that's 3. Brussels sprout, which is 4, and kale is 5. So I will repeat: cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprout, and kale. And when you think about it, those are all, green vegetables. And so they say if I eat those 5, they call them superfood. And if you can't eat, especially the kale, remember that you can always use it in smoothies. There's also fruits that are superfood for the liver, and those are berries. I'm going to talk about strawberry, blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, mulberry, any other berries that you know. If you can't eat the kale, you can always blend it and make a smoothie with those berries. And it's good if you can have a smoothie 2 times for the day and only eat cooked food 1 time. That would be even better for you. And all those things that I'm telling you about will help you to lose the fat from your liver. I'm going to talk about the food now, which is the cooked food. I have to change my diet to just lean meats. And in that case, I have to start eat chicken breast and chicken breast only. And it wasn't something that I liked. But I have to make the change for myself. My health is my wealth, and my health comes first. So I now change my chicken meals to just breast only. I'm also gonna eat fish, and I will choose to eat fish fillet. I had bassa for my dinner yesterday, bassa fillet with some steamed cabbage. And when I seasoned the bassa, I just rubbed on a little olive oil on it, garlic powder, onion powder, some onions, and a little piece of pepper to flavor it. And that was what I had. And a little complete to flavor it. Now, I'm gonna avoid fatty foods. For sure, anything that comes from a cow, like milk or cheese or stuff like that, I wasn't big on them already because I'm lactose intolerant. And when I think about it now, if I used to have anything at all that have those milk in it or stuff like that, I won't be having it anymore. As it relates to carbs, the only carbs I will be eating is good carbs, such as sweet potato, turnips, beetroots, carrot, squashes. Squash can be like a young pumpkin. Here in Jamaica, we don't call pumpkin squash, but if the pumpkin is young, it can be like a squash. Yeah, so those are the carbs that I will be eating. I won't be eating rice anymore. I won't be eating bread anymore. I won't be eating biscuits or cake. And cake for more than one reason. Not just the carbs, but the sugar. And no matter how you see the bread, most times there's sugar in them. So not even whole wheat bread I won't be eating. I might be eating a little bulgur. If I feel like I want some rice, I might eat a little bulgur. but for the most part of it, I'm gonna stick to the superfoods. So I will be blending my smoothie with my berries, and no milk will be added. And if I can have that liquid meal twice a day, I will, and eat just one time. If you're gonna eat eggs, make sure you don't eat the yolk, just the whites. So for now, I have changed my diet to just protein, high protein, and veggies. That's the diet that I'm on now. You can eat fishes that is high in fat, like sardine and salmon. That would be good for you. You use oil such as olive oil, avocado oil, or grapeseed oil. I'm trying to remember as I go along. There's vitamins out there that can help the liver as well. Vitamin E is one of them. I'm going to send you to do some research. If you have any of these problems that I'm having, do your own research. Vitamin E, you know, omega-3, even biotin can assist or aid with repairing the liver. So I would advise you to stick to these superfoods. Give it a try. If you have a fatty liver, if you need to lose weight, I'm going to tell you how much I weigh, and I will take you on my journey as I try to lose weight. I am now weighing 340 pounds. I am a short girl. I'm just 5 feet 4 inches, and I shouldn't be weighing all this, but being insulin resistant over the years, my body stores fat a lot. I have a slow metabolism, so no matter how I try to diet, it's very slow. So I'm gonna stick to the superfoods, and I will take you along my journey of how much I am weighing now, which is 340 pounds, and I will let you know my progress as I go along. Remember now that I'm not a medical doctor, so don't do like I do. Go get yourself diagnosed if you're feeling those terrible pains, or if you notice your tummy bloated. If you have diabetes, even more so if you have diabetes, go get yourself checked. I'm gonna say thank you now for watching, and I hope that this video will be useful to someone, might be helpful to someone, and keep looking for more videos, because I have lots of problem as it relates to my health. So I will be every now and then putting out videos and share my journey. Thank you so much for watching.